Hello, hello, hello. And welcome back to the King of Diamonds channel. I am your host, Saxon Jenkins, and today we're going to be talking about the new Pixar animated film, Hoppers. I'm going to be honest, I was convinced going into this that I was going to hate it. I really was. Mostly because I just haven't really enjoyed Pixar's movies that they've been making recently. I didn't even bother seeing Inside Out 2 because I just assumed it wasn't going to be good. I haven't seen Luca either, but I remember watching Soul and thinking, oh, I really liked the first 15 minutes of the movie, and then the moment the main character dies, then I instantly lost interest. And sure, my mindset was unfair and not really warranted because, you know, it's important to go into a movie with no biases and thinking, well, this could be bad, but it also could be good. And I regret going into this movie thinking it was going to be bad because it was actually really good. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get right into it. Hoppers is a Disney Pixar animated kids family movie starring Piper Curda, Dave Franco, Bobby Moynihan, I hope I said that right, Eduardo Franco, John Hamm, Melissa Villaseñor, Dimitri Martin, Meryl Streep, Kathy Najimy, Vanessa Bayer, Nicole Sakura, Steve Purcell, Ego Nwodim, Karen Hugh, Sam Richardson, Aparna Nakula, Eric Edelstein, Isaiah Whitlock Jr., Joe Spano, and Laurie Allen. And directed by Daniel Chong. Hopefully I said all those names correctly, and let's get into the gist of things. Why did I like this movie? Well, first of all, the voice cast was actually really good. I really enjoyed the characters, especially the main character, Maple. She was very interesting. Though we get this sort of, protester, teenage character a lot of the time in movies, normally they're depicted in a very similar way and they don't really deviate from the formula of very loud and obnoxious, and that's really it. But in this case, we actually get to dive into why she believes what she believes, and you get to actually understand her, not just the fact that, oh, she doesn't like it when animals are mistreated. You know, most movies would go into this and just have that be a character and not really explain anything else, just say, okay, she just cares a lot about the environment. But in this case, it shows you her childhood and why she cares and her connection to nature and how it ties into her relationship with her grandmother, who she lost at the start of the movie. Basically, the plot is that she grew up in this place called the Glade, where her and her grandmother would hang out all the time, and then one day she passes away and told her to take care of the Glade. It's like a pond, and it's got a nice foresty area. It's great. We cut to the present day, and the mayor of Beaverville, I think it's called, the town, is trying to build a highway on top of it. So she gets really upset about that, and she's trying to protest the highway, and she really hates the mayor and wants to stop his plans to basically destroy this place that she cares very deeply about. So she finds a scientist who happens to be experimenting with technology that transfers human brains into animal brains, and Maple finds out about this and turns into a beaver and then runs away, and basically she makes friends with all these animals and tries to save the Glade as a beaver. And it's a really wacky plot, but it works really well. Not only was I really invested in the story, but just the emotion of it all felt very genuine. I feel like that's something Pixar in the past was really great at, and recently I haven't really felt much connection to the themes or the characters that are depicted in their movies anymore, but in this case I actually was. I'll say the animation I was really hoping would be, interesting and unique, because most Pixar movies from 10 years ago, they all have like their own style with Cars or with The Incredibles. They all have a specific look. And I've noticed, recently, Disney being involved, all of their movies tend to look like just Disney animated movies. They don't look like Pixar movies anymore. They don't have an identity. And it's the same here. I wish I could say that the animals have their own unique art style, but again, It looks how it would look if Disney was in charge, and obviously they are. But don't let that take you away from the movie, because it is still really good and worth seeing. The plot overall is really interesting, and it doesn't have a moment where you sort of get taken out. It's pretty well paced throughout, and the overall way that everything comes together at the end with the themes and the lessons that the characters learn are concise, and they work and make sense, and I was really happy with it. And actually, it goes in a way that I didn't quite expect. Disney and Pixar animated movies, especially in the last 10 years, has had a problem with using a twist villain in literally every movie they have, and it's always extremely predictable. And I was really worried I'd be going to another Pixar movie and there's going to be another twist villain. And no, there's none of that. It's actually got nothing to do with that. There's no twist villain. It's actually, in a way, it's kind of the opposite, actually, because there's the mayor, who you think is this horrible guy, but you kind of learn he's just a guy. Like, he's not awful, he's just misled, I suppose. And the story shows how him and Maple sort of learn to understand each other and work together, and they come to a common understanding at the end of the movie, and I thought it was really sweet and unexpected. So there's not really much I can say about this movie. It's not one of those movies that I can hyper-analyze, but it is good and it is fun. It has great characters and a nice lesson for kids if you want to take them on the weekend this week. So I highly recommend it, and I'll be giving Hoppers a very decent 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this one, and I hope you did too. If you enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it, let me know in the comments. I'll reply to you all. And if you want to follow me on my socials, feel free to do so. All the links are in my bio. And yeah, Hoppers is a movie, and it does exist, and you can watch it. Anyway, bye!